Welcome back to Selling on Giants news and updates. I'm Mr. Will, host of the Selling on Giants podcast, and today we're stepping back from the week to look at the bigger picture. Because if you're planning for 2026, the rules already changed in 2025. And pretending they didn't is how brands quietly fall behind. This past year was a weird one. AI went from novelty to default. Prices stayed high. Consumers complained about money and then immediately bought another Stanley Cup, concert ticket, or skincare bundle they saw on TikTok. So today, we're unpacking what actually shifted in consumer behavior and, more importantly, what that means for e-commerce sellers heading into 2026. Let's start with the biggest change hiding in plain sight. Shoppers are outsourcing decisions to machines. More consumers are no longer searching. They're asking. Instead of scrolling 20 listings, they're typing a question into an AI tool and letting it shortlist options for them. ChatGPT. Amazon's Rufus. Walmart's Sparky. Target's AI assistants. The mental workload of shopping is being handed off to algorithms, and that changes how products get discovered. AI does not browse the way humans do. It rewards clarity, structure, consistency. If your product data is messy, vague, or thin, you simply do not exist in that conversation. This is why titles, bullets, attributes, and reviews are no longer SEO hygiene. They are your eligibility ticket for AI-driven discovery. If the algorithm cannot confidently explain your product to a shopper, it will recommend someone else. And reviews matter more than ever. Not just star rating, but language inside the reviews. AI reads sentiment, patterns, confidence signals. The takeaway here is simple. You are no longer writing listings only for humans. You are writing for machines that advise humans. And that's not coming next year. That's already happening. Now layer on the second force shaping buyer behavior. Price pressure. Consumers feel stretched. They say they're worried about the economy. They say they're cutting back. And then they still spend, just more selectively. What changed is not willingness to buy. It's tolerance for uncertainty. People want reassurance before they commit. That's where AI quietly helps. When an AI tool confirms that a price is fair or that a product is the best option in its category, buyers feel permission to spend. This is why brands that clearly explain value outperform brands that simply discount. Transparent pricing beats mystery pricing. Bundles beat blanket discounts. Clarity beats cleverness. If tariffs raised your costs, say it in your messaging. If your product lasts longer, prove it. If it replaces multiple purchases, spell that out. Price sensitivity is real, but confidence reduces friction. Now here's where it gets interesting. Different generations are reacting very differently. Gen Z is cautious but impulsive. They will hesitate and then buy immediately if something resonates. They care about identity, expression, values. They expect brands to stand for something, and they expect convenience without effort. Millennials are practical, family-driven, time-starved. They reward products that save effort and feel dependable. Gen X and Boomers are value-focused. They want straightforward information. They want reassurance. They want to know they are not wasting money. One message does not work for all three. If your brand is trying to speak to everyone with the same copy, it's actually speaking clearly to no one. This is where segmentation, creative testing, and channel-specific messaging start to matter more than ever. And this ties directly into another major shift. Purpose is no longer optional. Sustainability, ethics, and responsibility are no longer niche talking points. They're decision factors. That does not mean every shopper will pay more, but it does mean they notice when you say nothing at all. If you use sustainable materials, show it. If your packaging reduces waste, explain it. If your product supports a lifestyle or experience, sell that story. Because consumers are increasingly buying outcomes, not objects. They're buying hosting moments, self-care routines, travel readiness, identity signals. Products that position themselves as part of an experience convert better than products that list features and stop there. And while all of this is happening, shopping itself has become continuous. There is no longer a clear start or end to buying behavior. Carts sit open for weeks. Wish lists live year-round. Social feeds constantly seed ideas. People are always shopping even when they are not buying. That's why social commerce keeps growing. TikTok, Instagram, in-app checkout. Live shopping. Discovery and conversion are collapsing into the same moment. If your product is not easy to buy the second someone becomes interested, you lose the sale. This is also where creativity starts to beat polish. Raw demos, user-generated content, honest reviews. Perfect branding matters less than believable proof. Before we keep going, quick sidebar. Because if you're listening to this and thinking, how do I keep up with AI, pricing pressure, marketplaces, and social commerce without losing my mind? That's literally what we do. At Bellavix, we've helped brands sell over $500 million on Amazon. We're a verified advertising partner. We live inside Seller Central, and we help brands turn complexity into clear action. Whether that's optimizing listings for AI discovery, building smarter ad strategies, or preparing for retail expansion, this is the work we do every day. You can find us at bellavix.com. All right, back to it. One more piece sellers need to be thinking about as we head into 2026. Regulation and transparency. As AI becomes embedded in shopping, scrutiny follows. Expect more disclosure requirements, more pressure around data usage, more expectations around fairness and visibility. Sellers who document processes, respect customer data, and stay compliant will adapt faster than those who treat policy as an afterthought. And finally, let's talk positioning. The winners in 2026 will do 5 things well. They will optimize for AI discovery, not just keyword rankings. They will communicate value clearly, not just price. They will tailor messaging by audience, not broadcast one generic pitch. They will sell experiences, not inventory. And they will diversify channels so no single algorithm controls their future. The customer journey is no longer linear. It's fragmented, assisted, and constantly influenced by machines. Your job is to make sure when those machines speak on your behalf, they tell the right story. That's the shift. That's the opportunity. And that's how 2025 quietly rewrote the playbook for 2026. That's your Selling on Giants news and updates for the week. If this saved you a few hours of forum scrolls or internal Slack debates, leave a review wherever you're listening. It helps us grow the show and bring sharper insights every week. I'm Mr. Will from Selling on Giants. See you next week.